Doing what's right doesn't mean much unless you do what's right. These famous words from Theodore Roosevelt are very true in our society today. Hi, my name is Chris Bruns.
My name is Simon Marinoff.
And today we'll be talking to you about bullying. Bullying is a problem in schools around the world, and we as adults need to fight it. Bullying affects both mentally and emotionally towards the individual.
During the course of this speech, we will discuss a few things. First, we will consider what usually motivates the typical school-aged bully. Then we will talk about the negative effect that a bully's harassment has on their victim or victims. Finally, we will contemplate what regular bystanders can do in order to reduce and even prevent instances of bullying in their schools and learning environments. But first, let's begin with just a very simple, very fundamental question, and that's what causes the average bully to lash out against their fellow schoolmates and peers? Well, oftentimes, a bully has serious emotional problems of their own. Adolescent students in middle school and high school can typically redirect their own personal frustrations, hurt, anger, and difficulty at home or in their academic careers towards their fellow peers. Such students typically feel that they cannot control their own lives, and therefore they're able to derive a satisfactory feeling of power and control by dominating and humiliating their own peers, or their victims. Other adolescent students will bully in order to make up for an actual or perceived lack of attention from friends, classmates, parents, or teachers, and will feel that through bullying they're effectively bolstering and improving their own social status. Now, let's briefly discuss the 1 in 4 school-aged children that are on the losing side of the bullying and what their circumstances are typically like. Students who are bullied usually do not receive assistance from others around them because school authority figures do not always effectively address or intervene in order to prevent and stop bullying. In fact, according to www.dosomething.org, 1 in 4 teachers see nothing wrong with bullying and will intervene only about 4% of the time. In addition to this, many victims of bullying do not seek assistance from others because they are highly discouraged from doing so as a result of peer pressure, fear of retaliation from the bully, or even just shame and humiliation. Christopher will now tell you about what we can do, how we can all do our part in order to help reduce, prevent, and ultimately stop bullying in our nation's schools.
Thank you, Simon. As Simon has pointed out, bullying can affect the individual and the students surrounding them. What we need to do is prevent bullying in schools. What we need to do is prevent bullying in schools so students can have a full and well educational experience without the harassment from others. There are 3 easy ways that we can prevent this. 1, we can speak out. Speaking out against bullying can shed light onto the subject. Instead of having it behind many other issues, we can deal with it effectively and quickly. Many students have been bullied or too afraid to speak out about it because of how ineffective help can be. But by speaking out, you can help prevent bullying. The second thing you can do is intervene. Being a bystander doesn't help anyone other than the bully. The bully can feel unstoppable because of the lack of intervention with teachers as well as students. The bully can feel this way, as Simon pointed out, only 4% of teachers actually intervene when somebody is bullying. To add on to that, only 11% of students actually intervene when somebody is bullying as well. That leaves 85% of kids left to fend for themselves for the bully. To put that in perspective, remember when Simon said that 1 in 4 teens have been bullied? in their life. That's about 10.5 million teens in America, and only 1.5 million have been helped by intervention. That leaves 9 million more students left to help, that are left to fend for themselves. The third and final thing you can do is educate about bullying. If we can teach the youth about the rights and wrongs, we can prevent we can reduce the amount of harassment in schools. According to stopbullying.gov, some of the ways that we can educate youth is by presenting in large groups, having weekly or monthly classroom meetings, and discussing effective ways to stop and prevent bullying so that youth can know what to do. These three things are simple and effective ways to prevent bullying. Bullying has been a major problem for children and teenagers in school. There's who and what the bully does, and the effects that he or she has on other peers. Only you, the role models, can prevent bullying. By speaking out, intervening, and educating the youth, you can make bullying a thing of the past.